What's up, guys? Good afternoon, sir. Me and my group are going to tackle about Ukraine. First, the current status as regards to COVID-19 and the country's mobility and economic. Second, communication style. Third, cultural narration. And lastly, dress traditions in Ukraine. So the first task will be tackled by Jude Alipao. Jude, take it away!
Hello everyone, today we are going to be talking about Ukraine. Ukraine is located in Eastern Europe. It is the second largest continent next to Russia. Its capital is Kyiv. Currently, we are facing a global pandemic called the COVID-19. Most COVID-19 cases in Ukraine were recorded at Kyiv, measured at nearly 27.7 thousand as of October 12, 2020. The Kharkiv Oblast had the second highest number of infections at approximately 25,000. In total, over 250.5 thousand cases of COVID-19 were confirmed in the country as of that date. Though this country is in disarray, it still has rich culture and traditions that's been practiced every day. They also have languages to express their formalities to other people and to properly express their feelings. Here are some examples of their languages. First is Dobry Den. This means hello in a formal manner. You would use this in the airport, in a shop, in the market, or talking to people you don't know. Next is Privyet. This means hi. This is used between friends and people you know well. You could also use Privyet to greet people you don't know in an informal situation. For example, a party. Lastly is Dakju. This means thank you. This is used to show gratification towards another person that can be used formally or informally.
Hi, me again, May Clarence Alavilla. So, communication style in Ukraine. Ukrainians tend to be more physical in communicating each other or with foreigners. A pat of shoulder, a hug, or a kiss on the cheek are acceptable norms in communicating among friends or close acquaintance in Ukraine. Eye contact is less important and it is considered rude to keep staring to someone. However, avoidance of making an eye contact may be regarded as a sign of dishonest and shyness. Ukrainians use physical gestures and are generally animated while speaking and making presentation. Ukrainians are very direct, not to talk around things. There's not gonna be much political correctness in Ukraine. So, in Ukraine, there are more and high context people. Yes, high context people. Less communication, less verbal communication and relies on non-verbal signs such as special expression, body gesture, tone of voice. So that's what Ukrainians are. They are high context people. That's that. Ukrainians are very direct, not to talk around things. There's not gonna be much political correctness in Ukraine. So, in Ukraine, there are more and high context people. Yes, high context people. Less communication, less verbal communication and relies on non-verbal signs such as special expression, body gesture, tone of voice. So that's what Ukrainians are. They are high context people. That's that. Public displays affection, anger, and other emotions are more common and generally acceptable if they do not involve rude gestures or using force against another person. Westerners often remark that Ukrainians don't smile in public. In fact, a loud talking and smiling to strangers usually indicates that you are a foreigner in Ukraine. At the same time, when it comes to personal or professional relationships, Ukrainians usually see themselves as open and direct in terms of letting their emotions be known to those who concern. Cultural variation will be tackled by Shannon. Take it away!
Good morning, sir. My name is Shannon Kionae Yase, and I will be talking about the cultural differences of Ukraine. In Ukraine, the higher a person's rank, the less punctual the person may be. It is accepted to be late to a meeting within 15 minutes of the designated time. It is often observed by foreigners that Ukraine do everything at the last minute, which certainly has an impact, deadlines, and may affect the quality of work. Productivity varies and usually relates to common cyclical process where place and workload significantly increase when closer to the deadline and are relatively slow at the beginning of a project or an initiative. In the office, Ukrainians are friendly and cordial, often celebrating personal milestones such as marriage anniversary, child's birthday with their colleagues. Ukrainian staff would normally expect the leader to set the tone of the organization or project and establish the rules. Expectations will be higher, meaning Ukrainians will expect fair treatment and will usually compare their own professional situation or conditions of employment with ones in similar organizations or projects. It is unquestionable that the Ukrainian woman has been carrying the heaviest burden of social reconstruction. Ukrainian woman has been carrying the heaviest burden of social reconstruction, taking care of the family and working sometimes on several jobs and often doing bit of farming to provide for the family. There are also more traditionally divided gender roles and expectations in Ukrainian families. Women are less visible in senior positions in the political and economic spheres, and there isn't a strong belief that they should be more prominent. The dress code for women tends to place a heavy emphasis on looking feminine. The issue of sexual harassment, as it is understood in the West, is not understood or accepted in Ukraine. Some gestures that would be considered inappropriate between work colleagues tend to be commonplace in Ukraine, even if unwelcomed by women. That's all I can say, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, guys. I am Dominico Cibedinas and I'm going to talk about the social differences. I did some research about the country Ukraine, so first I'm going to talk a little if the country is individualism or collectivism. After having my research, I found out that people in Ukraine are the representatives of the Orthodox Church, which values collectivism. According to the study of Joanna Sidhu, in the group presenting Ukrainian national culture, they identify themselves strongly with the statement that social roles are very important. The man should have the characteristics of a conqueror and the woman should fulfill caring roles. They also found that in action, the result is what counts the most, and those who have achieved success are admired. Size and quantity are important. Their motto is first come, first serve. That means the respondents of the Ukrainian company were set on achieving the goal. That's all. Thank you and God bless.
Hello, I am Meryl, and I am here to talk about two of Ukraine's popular cultural activities or events, which can also be important to investors and visitors. So the first event is Ukraine's Victory Day, which is commemorated every 9th of May. This is an important public holiday for Ukraine since it marks the victory over the Nazis during World War II, and it honors the fallen heroes and veterans. This holiday is celebrated nationwide with a main event in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. During the event, there are plenty of visitors and activities and practices like military parades, mock battles, and consumption of porridge. Concerts featuring Ukrainian pop stars singing popular wartime songs also take place, and at night there are fireworks displays. Another known event in Ukraine is from Maslenitsa, or Pancake Week, celebrated during March 11 to 17, which will be held in all Ukrainian cities. It is one of the country's most cheerful holiday, which is traditionally accompanied by songs, dances, and large-scale feasts. This holiday was said to be known since pagan times. Ukrainians organize feasts with tasty dishes and drinks, visit relatives, friends, and acquaintances during the whole week. Holiday's climax falls on Sunday, which is the last day of the event cycle. Wherever visitors decide to celebrate Maslenitsa, they will surely get bright, vivid impressions, positive emotions, and tasty treats.